Welcome back to the Book Flash podcast. I'm Sean, and today Christy and I are discussing a book that's incredibly insightful for those tough times we all go through when things fall apart by Pema Chödrön. Christy, have you ever had one of those moments where everything just seems to be falling apart?
Hi, everyone. Yes, Sean, I think we've all been there at some point. This book really resonates with that feeling and offers some powerful advice on how to navigate those moments. What struck you the most about Pema Chödrön's approach?
For me, it's the idea of groundlessness. Pema talks about how life's uncertainties often leave us feeling like we're standing on shaky ground with nothing solid to hold on to. It's unsettling, but she suggests that embracing this groundlessness can actually bring us peace. Christy, what do you think about that?
It's definitely a challenging concept, but it's so true. Life is unpredictable, and the more we try to control everything, the more anxious we become. By accepting groundlessness, we can start to find peace in the midst of chaos. What about you, listeners? Have you found ways to embrace uncertainty in your life?
That's a great question, Christy. Pema also emphasizes letting go of the ego, our need to control everything, and to be in charge of every situation. She believes that by releasing this need, we can reduce our suffering. How do you think we can start letting go of our egos, Christy?
It's a process, definitely. I think it starts with mindfulness, being present and observing our thoughts without judgment. When we do this, we can start to see how often our ego drives our actions and reactions. Sean, have you found mindfulness helpful in your own life?
Absolutely. Mindfulness, especially through meditation, has been a game changer for me. It's helped me stay grounded during tough times. Pema's advice to lean into pain rather than avoid it is something I found particularly impactful. What do you think, Christy? Can we really learn from our pain?
Definitely. Pain is a great teacher, as Pema says. She encourages us to face it head-on because running from it only prolongs our suffering. There's a quote in the book that really struck me. Nothing ever goes away until it has taught us what we need to know. What lessons have you learned from your own difficult times, listeners?
That's such a powerful perspective, Christy. It reminds us that every challenge carries a lesson, if we're willing to learn from it. Pema also talks about the importance of compassion, both for ourselves and for others. How do you practice self-compassion, Christy?
I think it starts with acknowledging that it's okay to feel vulnerable and imperfect. We often expect ourselves to be strong all the time, but Pema reminds us that being kind to ourselves during these moments is crucial. What about you, Sean? How do you cultivate self-compassion?
I try to remind myself that it's okay to not have all the answers, to not be perfect. And I've learned that by extending compassion to others, we create a more supportive environment for everyone. It's about recognizing that we're all in this together. How do you think our listeners can practice more compassion in their daily lives?
One way is by practicing empathy, really trying to understand what others are going through. It can be as simple as listening without judgment. So, to wrap up, When Things Fall Apart is more than just a book. It's a guide to navigating life's challenges with grace and wisdom. Sean, what final thoughts do you have?
I'd say this book is a must-read for anyone who's feeling lost or overwhelmed. It offers practical advice and deep wisdom that can truly make a difference. What about you, Christy? What's your biggest takeaway from the book?
For me, it's the idea that even in our darkest moments, there's an opportunity for growth. Pema's teachings remind us that it's okay to be vulnerable and that reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. What have you found most helpful during tough times, listeners? We'd love to hear from you.
That's a great point, Christy. And I love how Pema encourages us to see difficulties as opportunities to deepen our understanding of life. It's a perspective that can really change how we approach challenges. Wouldn't you agree, Christy?
Absolutely. It's a mindset shift that can make a world of difference. We hope this discussion has given you some valuable insights. Remember, it's okay to not have all the answers sometimes. Just being present is enough.
Thanks for joining us today, everyone. Take some time to reflect on these ideas and be kind to yourself. And remember, if you found this book or our discussion helpful, share it with others who might need it.
Until next time, take care and stay compassionate, both to yourself and others. We'll see you in the next episode.